One of the most popular things that we hear in the realm of self-improvement and motivation is that you should chase what you want. You should chase happiness. The only problem with that statement is that
the more you chase something, the more it tends to run away from you.
the more you chase money, the more it runs away from you. The more you chase love, the more it runs away from you. So, is chasing happiness even worth your time, worth your effort, or worth your thoughts? In this video, we're going to be exploring that question from 3 points of view. Make sure you stay tuned. This is going to be an interesting one. Guys, first of all, I'd like to thank you so much for tuning in to today's video. I really appreciate you watching. I really appreciate your support for the channel in general. So far, you guys have been amazing. Give yourself a hand of applause and let's get the ball rolling. People always speak about the law of attraction. Throw it into the universe and it will come back to you. Throw kindness into the universe and it will come back to you. Ladies and gents, there is truth to this.
Yeah, baby!
You ever notice that when you do your good deed for the day, that day is just amazing. It turns out better than you expected. Why? Because you put that kindness into the universe, and now the universe is giving that kindness back to you. This is something that I myself was very skeptical about. I was like,
You know what? Maybe it's just a coincidence.
maybe it's just how the stars aligned. It was a coincidence. It happens. But the more you start putting kindness out there and expecting nothing in return, the more kindness comes your way.
What do you mean by that?
It's the same with happiness. If you embrace happiness, no matter how difficult your situation, if you really find it in yourself to be eternally happy without anyone needing to give that happiness to you, it will come to you. Your life will prosper. You will begin to notice subtle changes in your attitude, in your daily actions, the way you speak, the way you feel. The difficult part is putting your happiness out there. The difficult part is being happy without really having a reason to be happy in the first place. Contradictory, I know. But the point that I'm trying to make, you're never going to experience that true happiness if you keep on chasing false happiness in the form of validation, in the form of attention, in the form of drugs, in the form of alcohol. All of these are temporary forms of happiness. If you embrace true happiness, if you really begin to embrace yourself, if you really begin to accept yourself with your flaws and your mistakes, that is when you reach a point of eternal happiness. And that is when the universe is going to start giving that happiness back to you. Let's look at happiness from another point of view. Are we really meant to be happy all of the time? Is it good for us to be happy all of the time? Think about it. If you're happy all of the time, if you're satisfied all of the time, how are you going to grow as a person? What challenges are you going to face that is going to mold you into the person you want to be? This is my whole point I'm trying to make. You have to go through suffering. Man or woman, you have to go through suffering. You have to go through pain. You have to go through challenges in order for you to reach true happiness. Now, this sounds like a polar opposite statement to what I was saying in point number 1. But experiencing pain, experiencing difficulty, experiencing adversity molds you into a stronger person. A person that can endure more pain. A person that can think outside the box. A person that can persevere no matter the circumstances. And that person, in the long run, has a higher chance of achieving eternal happiness than a person who gets everything easy. Than a person who gets that false sense of happiness, that validation, that attention, the money, the alcohol, the drugs. If you chase eternal happiness, that's the way to go. Instead of chasing all this false happiness, instead of thinking to yourself, I just want everything easy, I want everything handed to me on a silver platter. My friend, learn to embrace failure, learn to embrace pain, go through suffering. Why? Because it molds you into a stronger person, a person with more perseverance, and ultimately a person with more internal happiness. The third reason why chasing happiness doesn't always work is because happiness is subjective. Your happiness is not another person's happiness. Similarly, that rich guy or that rich girl's happiness may not be your definition of true happiness. Heck, if money brings you happiness, it is what it is, to each their own. And if you want to chase money for happiness, please do it. But remember that chasing someone else's idea of happiness is not going to bring you happiness in the first place. Because you're going to arrive at the finish line. You're going to arrive at that point where you think you'll be happy, and you end up saying to yourself, what am I even doing here? Why have I put in all this effort to chase this? This isn't even making me happy, even though I thought it would. We've all been in that situation. We've all chased something, we've got it, we thought it would make us happy, but it didn't. We ended up regretting chasing it in the first place. And this is what I'm trying to say. Be your own kind of happiness. Build your own kind of happiness. Prosper in your own kind of happiness. Because it's all really subjective. It's all relative. Your idea of happiness is not the same as my idea of happiness. But as long as you embrace it and you really are content with what you're doing and with what you're chasing, then you do you. But make sure you chase it for the right reasons, and make sure that that thing that you're chasing, whatever it may be, is going to bring you that real sense of happiness in the long run. Whoever you are, you may have found value in this video, may have not found value in this video, but regardless, I appreciate you watching. Make sure you go and follow me on social media. Make sure you go and download my free ebook, my motivational ebook, down below in the description, completely free. You only have to input your email address, and I'll be seeing you next time.